Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to another session of Real Estate Refresh. We've got some exciting things we want to cover today. Specifically, what is happening with the fall market. Diving into some details that I'm excited to cover. I went through all my statistics here before the session today, and really three items that I feel are important and really relevant. Number one, market statistics. So what's happening with inventory, what's happening with the average sales price. I've had some conversations recently with clients and neighbors. They were specifically saying, well, hey, listen, this is what we see in the Orange County Register, how, the real estate section of the Orange County Register, how accurate is that information? So we've got some statistics there for you. And then also days on market. Days on market is your number one enemy. I'm going to give you some examples of how much is too much, how long is too long to be on the market, and then kind of what are the consequences of being on the market too long. I've got some good examples to share with you there. And then the third point today is why is fall and winter a very smart time to sell your home. I want to kind of underline the word smart. Why is fall and winter a smart time to sell your home? Most people think nobody's out buying houses during the holidays. You'd be absolutely wrong. And that is why we're going to talk about why fall and winter is a great time to sell your house. My name's Nat Ferguson, owner of Ferguson Realty. If I'm coming through loud and clear, if you can hear the audio, hit the love button for me, would you? The little heart down there, just hit that heart button. I see Renee is watching, Alyssa is watching. I got Jack giving me a thumbs up. Great to see you guys. Thanks for joining me today. We'll give it another minute or so while people trickle in. But I want to emphasize today's call. We're going to look at the what's happening with the fall real estate market. So we're kind of done with summertime. And that's why I'm going to talk a little bit about days on market, because there are still some homes that went on the market before summertime, and now they're still on the market after summertime. So what does that kind of mean? What does that look like? How does that impact the sales price? So if you guys can hear me, can you just let me know in the comments section over there that you can hear the audio loud and clear? Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from today? I have a sneaky suspicion somebody on there is watching from their iPhone, and they're probably having a glass of wine while they're tuning in for today's show. Anyways, and then, Hugh says, hi, Uncle Nat. Hi, Hugh. Thanks for watching the show today, Huey. I appreciate your support, buddy. I love you. So, Real Estate Refresh is a weekly show I created to bring actionable real estate information really to the general public, people that aren't our clients yet, people that are just kind of exploring if now is the right time to buy or the right time to sell. So each week we have a different topic that we cover. And again, this week's topic, if you're just tuning in, is what's happening with the fall real estate market. And I've got some fun statistics to share with you guys. I just pulled it out of the MLS really this morning in preparation for today's live show. And again, these shows really aren't that long. I try to keep it on point, on topic. It's usually, some very actionable information. And I usually get through these calls in about 15 to 20 minutes, something like that. So anyways, this week we're going to be focusing on what's happening with the fall real estate market. Really quick, the first thing I want to cover is the inventory of homes for sale. Okay, so for a very long time now, we've been in a seller's market. And but the market is also changing. Most people understand that the historically speaking, the real estate market fluctuates on a 10-year cycle. So, if we think about the bottom of the market was somewhere around 2008, 2009, and here we are, we're almost to 2018 now. The market, we're expecting the market to change, and we're kind of looking for indicators of that change. Thumbs up. Thank you, Naomi. So before I give you the answer to what's happening with the inventory, I'm curious to know what you think. So is the inventory increasing? Is the inventory staying about the same? Or do we have less homes for sale now? So we've gotten through summertime. Is there less homes for sale? So what do you think? Is the inventory rising? Is it plateauing? Or is the inventory decreasing? Type your answer in the comment section here. I'll let a couple of those trickle in here, and then I'll give you guys the interesting statistics I pulled out of the multiple listing service today. And there's definitely a trend here. If you've watched my previous real estate refreshes where we've talked about the market statistics, there's definitely a trend appearing here, and I find it very interesting. It's a challenging conversation to have with people who are talking about selling, simply because in the mind of most folks who don't do this every day like I do, they just think, well, it's the top of the market. Heck, let's just stick the highest price we can think of on our house, and I don't really care to hear about any of the other numbers, but this one's important. So, is the inventory increasing? Has it plateaued? Or are the number of homes for sale, are there less of them? Is the inventory decreasing? What do you guys think? Type your answer in the comment section, and I'm going to reveal it here in just a moment. And then we'll also talk about the average days on market. I'm going to have a sip of water while I'm waiting for you guys to type your comments there in the comments section. All right. So here it is. This is no joke. I'm going to show you my notes so you know I'm not making this stuff up. Here's my notes. Okay? So these aren't magical numbers that I pulled out of a hat. The inventory is up again this month. Okay, so now we're adding homes on the market, which means if you're thinking about selling your home, you have to look at these as, is this going to be a comparative home? Is it going to be a competition for my home? Inventory is increased by 7.4%. That trend, I'm looking at this every single month. We're adding homes to the market. And what that means is it's not necessarily bad news. What it means is we're heading towards more of a balanced market. For a very long time, people that are out shopping for homes there's like 6 people looking at each home for sale. There just isn't enough homes for the number of people that are out shopping. So it's refreshing to see that things are starting to change. However, it's an important thing to keep in mind if you're considering putting your home for sale. Your home will not be the only home for sale. Another change that we see happening is the days on market. We see the days on market is continuing to fall. It's taking less and less time, essentially, to sell homes that are priced correctly. So let me repeat that. It's taking less time for homes to sell that are priced correctly. And the opposite is also true. It's taking more time for homes to sell that are incorrectly priced. Or another way of saying it is they're overpriced. And I'll give you some examples here in a minute. I believe the last time we did a market update on the real estate refresh, it was something like, I think it was still like 44 days on average for a home to be under contract or in escrow. And that's really across the spectrum of prices. I'm not saying it's the less expensive homes sell quicker and then the more expensive homes take longer to sell. What I'm saying is if the home is priced correctly, we can draw a parallel between that price and the number of days it takes to find somebody to buy your home. And that right now is down to 44 days. Another interesting thing we're seeing is the average sales price. So the average sales price, if I looked at year to date, if I went back to maybe 2013, something like that, you would notice that every single year, the average sales price was increasing by 10%, 13%, 15% year over year over year. Now, I just looked at it here, and over the last 12 months, so we're looking back, back into 2016 now, that has slowed down considerably. The average sales price is up only 3.9%, and that number was higher the last time I did Real Estate Refresh. In fact, it was like 6 or 7%. So it's happening as we get closer to the top of this market cycle. We're seeing that slowdown in appreciation, right? It's starting to. It's not a plateau yet until we kind of see maybe lower single digits or even no appreciation year over year or month over month. So the market it's still appreciating, but it's slowing considerably. So that's what we have for statistics regarding what's happening with the fall real estate market. I do want to talk next about days on market in more detail. It's the one trend that is not changing, and it's also the one trend that is not improving if your home is overpriced. Now, a minute ago, I told you that the average days on market was 44 days. If a home, and here's how we know a home is overpriced, okay? If it takes 44 days for a home that's priced correctly to sell, it's reasonable to say that double that time, right? So 80 days or 100 days is where we really see the problem start. If there's a home that has a for sale sign and it's on the internet and you can look at it and it says for sale and the days on market is over 100, and by the way, there are 4 homes currently right here in our immediate market, and I decided it was in everyone's best interest not to name the address. I don't want to put a negative emphasis on the particular homes, but there are 4 homes currently that are over 100 days on the market. So I'll tell you what we call it in a second, but those people listed back at the beginning of summer. It's now October, and they're still for sale. Okay, so the days on market has become a negative trend. I'm just looking at my notes. The homes exceeding 100 days, what you see one of two things happen. They either start chasing the market down with these big, like $100,000 price reductions, or they don't reduce the price at all, and then the listing will eventually expire. The owner said, listen, I wanted this price. I'm not willing to reduce my price. Nobody is willing to make me an offer at anything close to that price. Those listings will cancel. And that means it's overpriced. Everybody knows it's overpriced. That's why you're not even getting offers close to it. Here's an example. I will give you an address of one home only because it closed sale this Monday. They were overpriced for a very long time. Let's see here. 1301 Ocean Avenue. We were just talking about that with another friend of mine in the business. So 1301 Ocean Avenue. I'm going to spin over here a little bit so I'm out of the way of the sun. 1301 Ocean Avenue. Here's the numbers. Listen, tell me if you hear anything that sounds like what I'm saying. 122 days on the market. 122 days on the market. Okay, so it was overpriced because it took 122 days to sell. And it sold for $248,000 less than it was listed for. Okay, so there's a correlation, a negative correlation between how long a home is on the market and what the end result will be in terms of your sales price. 122 days on the market, 248, I can't even make my hands go that far apart, $248,000 below where they had it listed. I would find it hard to believe that the folks that sold that home were happy about the end result. I bet that wasn't a fun conversation to have. Next, I think this is a very important and very relevant part of today's real estate refresh. Why is fall and winter a smart time to sell your home? Now, I said it earlier, but I want to put the emphasis on the word smart. Why is it a smart time to sell your home? I'm just looking over at the comments. Hey, Dana, thank you for the love. I see Alyssa's watching too. Thanks for tuning in. Think about this for a minute. You're shopping for, let's not even talk about real estate for a minute. Let's talk about you're shopping for a car. Like now, during the month of October, November, December, you're shopping for a car. Like Maureen. Maureen, we know you're shopping for a car. You walk up to a car that looks like it's really interesting. You're like, I kind of like this car. I like the style of the car. I like the color of the car. So you open the door to the car, and what is the first sense you use to make a decision about the car? Type your answers in the box. What is when you're shopping for something, and some of you know this, I know, Mike, I see you just popped on. What's up, buddy? When you're shopping for a car, when you're shopping for a house, when you're shopping for clothes, when you're shopping for groceries, what is the first of your 5 senses you use, whether you know it or not? It's a powerful one. What is it? Type your answer in the box. I'm curious to know what you guys think. And I'm going to make my point here in a second. What is the first sense you use when you're shopping? I want to hear what you have to say. I'm going to give you a hint. Yes. Correct. Alyssa's got it. Right here. When we shop for things, we think we're shopping with these, but what we're really shopping with is this. You're shopping with your sense of smell. The point is this. When you are putting your home for sale during the holidays, right, during fall and winter, you inherently have got the ability to sell to people's sell to their sense of smell. Well, there's a tongue twister. Think about what's going on during the holidays, right? You usually have scented candles burning. There's kind of the smell of cinnamon, of spice, right? Some people have potpourri. Some people have essential oils. There's a lot of different things that we use in our homes, whether we do it intentionally or not during the holidays, that make our homes smell really, really nice. And so if you think about the rest of the year, there really is no other season that people use the sense of smell to warm their homes, right, figuratively, than fall and winter. So you think about the smells in your home during October. Think about what November looks like and smells like. Think about your house during December, right? You're decorating your home during these fall and winter months. So not only does your home look beautiful, but it also smells beautiful. And those are two things that normally aren't happening during the first 9 months of the year when you're trying to sell your home. You have to make a more conscious effort to make your home look beautiful and make your home smell beautiful during the fall and winter months. It kind of just happens as a byproduct, and that really lures people in. I mean, it's one of the things that we talk to our clients about all the time when they're selling is have your house smelling great. People are already making a decision with their nose before that door is even all the way open. So just keep that in mind. In closing, if you have friends, family, or neighbors that you hear talking about buying or selling, we would certainly appreciate your referrals down here at Ferguson Realty. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Renee said smell. Alyssa said smell. Mike, Faber. Hey, good to see all you guys. Thanks for taking the time to stop by today on our real estate refresh. And we'll see you again, not next week, but the following week for our next session. You guys take care. Have a great day.